Hey guys, what's up? We're continuing on our Vampire Masquerade. I'm in the process of actually uploading the second episode, which was 8 hours, which was fucking awesome. It's gonna take a long ass time, but it's well worth it. Let's jump right in. We were Caleb. They told us to go. They told us to either go see the I want to say the master, but you know, the prince, or deal with what's his face. And this is why I last saved. I was over here. So let's see here. Make a decision. Take the elevator to level 1 to respond to Caius Leto's call, or talk to Burrell in his apartment. I'm guessing we have to go take the call, right? Or that's what the game is trying to tell us here. So let's take the first. Let's go back to the bottom. Alright, let's go back to the elevator. Fuck this. I do not need this, but it's nice that it's there. This can't be used, but this can be used. 2 safe rooms. So I have to go to that elevator, I'm guessing.
There's no point in hanging around here bothering me. It's gonna take me a while.
Very well, Mr. Sheridan. Please excuse me.
What in the world's going on here? Holy shit! They're shredding all the documents in here. Why? Uh-oh. They really are fucking getting the fuck out of there, right?
The pile's not getting any smaller.
And neither is your cock. You actually revealed vampire. Oh shit.
I'm sorry, I really don't have time right now.
Really? You can always make time for me.
Can you come help us? I don't know how this will all end, but I'd rather not think about it.
Jenny, you're a dummy. Oh, hello. Wait a minute, didn't we look at this already? Huh. Interesting. We already did this with what's-her-face. MM, I don't think I need to do any more.
We're not moving fast enough.
Caleb, you don't come here often. Sorry, things are a little hectic here.
As you can see.
What's going on?
Code Red. We're destroying all of our files.
Following protocol.
Did you ask for a few hands?
Yeah. I keep asking them to send me a couple more people. Even kind would be useful. But apparently there are fires everywhere and it's taking forever. It's a huge undertaking. And of course, Hazel's putting major pressure on me. She's normally a little high-strung, but you can imagine how much worse it's become.
It's her job. She's trying to keep us from going down with the ship, no matter the cost.
I agree. And you know how much I love Hazel. But it's starting to get hard to manage. My efficiency might be the stuff of legend, but even I make mistakes. How about you? Is everything all right?
After last night, Who could say that?
I mean, you know, your condition.
My condition?
You know, you're the eldest among us now.
What? What? What does that mean? Oh, shut up. Stupid shit. I swear to God, if this thing starts restarting, I'm gonna kill this computer. I won't, but...
Are you worried about me, or the void I'll leave behind?
You're an essential asset for the Camarilla. You disappearing now would be one of the worst possible things that can happen to us.
It's true that reliability is a virtue in decline.
Don't leave us. That's all. For Hazel's sake.
I've got my own reasons to stay.
I was wondering, what is it like? Do you hear voices? Does it come at you all at once?
You're young. You'll see when the time comes. But you won't be able to do much about it.
If you can resist, I can resist too.
If you say so.
Listen to us. Talking about growing old, like mortals do.
Oh no! The word doesn't... Why? This is bullshit. Oh my God. Well, fuck it, I'm taking a risk. A loss? Of course.
I know you, April. I've never seen you so concerned.
It's because you never come to see me. I've got a lot on my plate. Nothing as big as this.
Damn it.
But still, we all have responsibilities. And not just in the field, you know.
Yes, I am aware of that.
Forgive me, but I doubt it. I really need to get back to work.
Good luck.
I hate that bullshit. You fucking do all that shit. Oh, and you're getting nowhere out of it.
If only Hazel would listen to me.
He's not gonna listen to you. What the fuck's wrong with you, Biggs? She hates your monkey ass. Oh wait, hold on a minute. Let's go this way. Alright, so I have to go this way, was it? Was it the other way? I think it was the other way. Now, if I recall correctly, I got the passcode to his emails from looking up online, I believe. But you can only do that after you progress. So if I'm recalling correctly, let's see. Okay, well, this is a problem I have with myself. Ugh. I'm never gonna fucking get what I want. What about the other four? Let's see. If I can only find out what that thing was. Or did I... Wait, did I? Wait, was that part of the thing that I saved? Oh, wait, hold on a minute, look. Wait a minute. Yeah, look. Mr. Iverson's code. Okay, hold on a minute. I don't know. I need to copy these obviously because now I don't know it at all. Seven two four six. Underwood. 5593. And Jason, I'm guessing is his name. 6159. But there was another one. Let's see something. I think it was in August. There we go. Leto's left. Okay, so. Oh no, that's right. Okay, I remember now. Yeah. It was changed again, but it wasn't any of these, I don't think. But I still wanted to save that just in case. Alright, forget it.
We're waiting for Mr. Leto's signal. Until then, if you have any questions, save them. Got it?
No problem.
Great. Weren't you the one who was doing surveillance on the Roxbury bunch?
No, doesn't ring a bell.
You all look alike.
Oh, there you are. Follow me, please. We'll speak in private.
It's practically your second home here. Servants and their loose lips.
So is a
I want to
slut
report
smell.
on his activities pronto. I don't like the sound of that at all.
Yeah, okay. I'll be right back. What's this?
Looks like everything is in order.
To do. Migration of servers 23B to 27C. Meeting with Team 2 on the new protocol. Urgent. Change passwords, okay? Transfer interrupted at 12:53. I checked the logs. I don't understand what went wrong. In conflict with the firewall. We'll try something else. Shit, I need Mr. Leto's authorization. Call him back. Still haven't received the processors. 4965. 40. Oh, I'm sorry. 4965. I put 4569. Well, I mean, I swapped the positions of that.
Looks like everything is in order.
Okay, 4965. Yeah, that was good. Mother truckers. Can't hack into that shit. I can analyze ingredients.
Dijon wanted to warn us about the Hartford Chantry's favorite rituals. He doesn't trust Danette Osborne.
Who fucking does? What's down here? Interview room, huh? I wonder. What's down there?
Can we get this over with quickly?
Shut up, bitch. Ann Edison Tim. Okay, so we're going up.
Can we get this over with quickly?
Dear Mr. Leto, you asked me to keep an eye on the transition to detect an unauthorized one. I want to know everything about it. Should we be worried? The reunification party is coming up. It's still too early to say. I wasn't able to decrypt it. No! Unauthorized transmission. Miss Doherty.
Can we get this over with quickly?
Shut up. Miss Doherty, I picked up a signal that appears to be unauthorized. Outbound call. Could you come and see me as soon as possible so I can give you the details? Did you try to access my computer? No, I can't imagine anyone being able to hack your computer since you change your passwords every 3 days. Besides, I thought you preferred handwritten notes. That's not something I'm willing to joke about. Code red. Warning, code red triggered.
Quickly.
My prince, I've just received a message indicating that a reunion facing party has been attacked. Should I trigger the code red? Code red. All are to go to the nearest safe house. Also summon MM Louis, Gila Bazzori, and Alicia. Have you heard from Miley? I think she was already there. Unfortunately, we have no contact with anyone who was at the party. Miss Dory, Jari Dory was also there. The code red alert has been sent. Oh. You anus fucks. Alright, let's go. Let's talk to you.
You wanted to see me?
Happy to see you, Caleb. We don't usually let anybody down here, but I can bend the rules for you.
To what do I owe this honor?
I need you. Something's come up. On the night of the attack, someone sent a message to an unauthorized recipient.
Okay. Sorry about that. Whew. Alright.
Is that a problem?
Could be a major one. Not a lot of people can do that, you know.
If it wasn't him, then who was it?
Who could have done that?
That's precisely the question I want you to answer.
Oh, yes.
Caleb, I need your help. I get the feeling that it's all connected. It's too huge to be a coincidence.
Do you suspect anyone in particular?
Jara Drory.
Wow. Why?
It's easy to accuse someone who's not here to defend herself.
Yes, and I might have it all wrong, but I wouldn't accuse her unless I had serious doubts. Think it through carefully. For starters, she's one of the few who knows how the system works.
She'd be able to cover her tracks, wouldn't she?
Maybe, but maybe she made a mistake.
I don't know. Jara has most likely been destroyed by now.
Do you have any evidence supporting what you're suggesting? Anyways, nothing concrete. Just a hunch, if you want to call it that. In my place, under the current circumstances, I can't really go poking my nose in her business.
And I can.
Nobody will bother you. I'm not asking for much. Just take a look in Jara's room to see if you can find anything that ties her to any of this. And if you could do it quickly.
Why?
Because I'm about to erase a ton of data. It's the Code Red protocol. And since Jara vanished, the prince wants her personal data to disappear along with her. That doesn't give us much time. You in?
I could maybe go and take a look around.
Great. I found a key to her room. Take it.
Thanks.
It's our last chance to recover the data from Jara Drory's computer before everything disappears for good. Just insert this thumb drive and it will download everything I need. If she betrayed us, I'll know.
Fine. I'll go see what I can find.
Thanks. One last thing.
Uh-huh.
If you could keep this just between you and me.
Fine.
And don't come back to see me here. It's supposed to be sealed. It'll look suspicious. I'll send in an engineer after you. Give him the drive when you're done, but don't tell him anything. We have to keep this between us.
As you wish.
Oh, for heaven's sakes. This guy and his fucking nonsense. Oh my god. Let's go down here. We haven't been able to go down here before. This is an interrogation room, right?
Mr. Bazzori, it's a pleasure to have you back here.
Ah, the interrogation room. Just like any other interrogation room.
James, isn't it? Jason Moore's bodyguard.
Yes, Mr. Bazori.
I've got some questions for you.
Oh, we're
I've
supposed
already
to go
answered so many questions.
Moore was at the party. So were you.
Yeah, I don't like to talk about it.
Yes, sir.
I'm here to help you. And to help you, I need to know what happened. I need you.
Okay. Okay. When we got there, Moore was stressed out.
Why?
He was waiting for Mr. Underwood. He kept asking for him. He had invited him to the party, I guess. Moore was in a hurry to see him.
What about the attack?
It was fast and bloody. I'd never seen anything like it. Heavy caliber, surgical precision. It's a miracle we made it out of there.
I don't believe in miracles.
It was like they knew exactly where to shoot. Like they had specified targets.
You were nobody to them. At best, collateral damage.
Yeah.
How lucky. I don't know how anyone could have made it out of there. Those guys weren't amateurs.
We lost a number of people. We're still searching.
Good luck.
You weren't with Moore yesterday. You went against standing orders.
No, he sent me to his office.
Why?
I was supposed to pick up some files. He was being really weird, like he was stalling for time.
You were supposed to bring him here, weren't you?
Yeah, but he said he had to get some documents from his place, and then he sent me to his office. At the time, I didn't think too much of it, but looking back on it, he was really doing everything he could not to leave with us.
You should have been more attentive.
Wow. That's, harsh.
What happened once you got to his office?
I had a hard time finding what he wanted. He wasn't very clear about where I'd be able to find some specific invoices.
You lost precious time. You weren't his handservant.
When I came back, the police had the whole place roped off, so I came straight here. And since then, I've done nothing but answer questions and wait.
How naive.
Wow.
Do you know what's going to happen next?
I have no idea. Nobody's telling me
He's
anything.
probably gonna be killed.
Do you know?
The prince will determine your fate when she has time.
I'm not a high priority, am I?
I wouldn't be in a hurry if I were you.
I could still be useful to the Camarilla. Please.
I'm not the one who needs to hear it. I must leave you.
I get the feeling I'll be staying here a long time.
Indeed you will, my friend.
I want to make those bastards pay.
Oh, nice.
If you ask me, there's not much more you'll be able to get out of this retainer besides blood. But go ahead.
Bitch. Oh. Maria de Villalobos. Villalobos. Oh! Villalobos. It's, it's Lobos from, yeah. Unauthorized activities within the domain. Interrogated by Caius Leto. Maria Villalobos again. Interrogation by Delson Coates. Unauthorized activities within the domain. Marlon Baldassi. Interrogation by Caius Leto. This thin blood was planning an attack on the prince at Quincy Market. Cecil Droney by Delson Coates. Attempted embezzlement. Joanne Matthias Thompson. Matthias? Okay. Interrogation by Drury. Suspected espionage. Benjamin Plummer. Interrogation by Delson Coates. Unexplained disappearance of his sire. Philippa Jensen. Interrogated by Delson Coates. Endangerment of the Masquerade. Oh boy. Alright then.
I'm waiting for my orders.
Your orders are to be... Well, that could have gone better, I suppose. Mofo in here or no? Yeah, they really are destroying all evidence. Oh, shit.
Where's Miss Jory?
Jory's gone. Bye-bye. Whoops.
Caleb, our secret agent is back already. The
Oh, here we go.
soldier is on furlough.
Not for long, I'm afraid. The prince will undoubtedly have some new task for me.
At least she trusts you. She hardly speaks to her primogen. Even Beryl is in the dark.
He's not used to that. It'll be good for him.
Are you still not talking?
You could say that.
Any regrets?
I don't see why I would have any regrets.
That's no surprise. Personally, I find that giving a child so much power is dangerous. The problem is that you have to watch them all the time. Otherwise, they end up making a mess of things.
Kind of like you and MM.
But trying to influence them is pointless.
You must be subtle about it. That's all. I give MM just enough freedom so that she doesn't completely hate me.
But she already
But
does.
I know exactly how to make her do whatever I want.
That's...
Do you really think you'll have time to embrace Fang?
What do you mean?
Well, with all the elders gone, who knows who'll be next?
That's not something I'm willing to discuss with you.
Suit yourself.
No, excuse me, I have to go.
Of course.
Dumbass. Man, I need to smack that bitch. I don't think I'm not supposed to go in here. The other one I have to go over there, I believe. It's not the room. Unless... This drawer. Okay, drawer's in this way. And this is her room.
I've seen princes come and go. In the end, it always comes down to a struggle for power between the prince and their primogen. Hazel is strong, but will she last much longer?
Caleb, I was wondering when I'd run into you.
Victoria, what a surprise. I didn't know you had decided to walk among us.
I'm always where you'd least expect me.
Yeah, that's not
good. It feels
good.
like I've been away for ages. Boston has changed so much. The only thing that hasn't changed is your steadfast presence at court.
Is that a problem?
You know it's not. I'm just surprised, that's all.
Why are her eyes so bugged out?
Outside this city, you know?
You see her eyes? Why is it so like wide and bugged out?
I'll serve our family as long as it needs me.
You are a reassuring presence. I must admit I was a bit surprised not to find Quentin King in charge.
Quentin gave in to the beckoning 4 years ago. Ms. Iverson runs Boston now.
How droll. I never thought King would give up his precious crown. He was so attached to it. Iverson is lucky she can count on your loyalty. You're a valuable resource, Caleb, especially in times like these.
I'm only doing my duty.
Ever the cheerful one.
So many elders are gone, and yet, here you are. How is it possible?
Because I want to, that's all. I enjoy my existence. Why give it up?
But you must also feel that force. The insistent calling, night after night.
Yes, but unlike so many others, I have a reason to resist. Don't you?
I still have some ties that keep me here. I won't leave without having one more child.
You are sure taking your time.
I'm waiting for the prince's blessing. It shouldn't be long now. Fang will be embraced soon.
Fang! Oh yes, I see. She seems charming, spirited even. You have a knack for finding true gems. I remember your sire, Jean-Baptiste Tavernier, if I'm not mistaken.
Huh.
You are correct.
I didn't see him at court. I remember he was very popular back in the day.
He left with all the others.
Oh.
Oh, that's gonna suck. If I do this, I'm just gonna... Oh, fuck it.
I know the two of you were very close. His absence must have left quite the void.
I have no energy to waste on regrets. Jean-Baptiste had no choice. No more than I do. That's all there is to say on the matter.
Of course. I'd expect nothing less from you.
I hadn't heard you were coming to Boston.
Indeed. I wouldn't be stuck in this tower if I hadn't gotten wind of your arrangement with Hartford.
Well, isn't that a shame?
It's not been a complete waste. I met your prince, and I got to see a few old friends.
Like,
I just hope it's not at the cost of my unlife.
You don't seem to be hurt. I take it you weren't at the party last night.
Heavens no. I was in your prince's personal suite. We hadn't even left yet when the Code Red was initiated.
Good timing.
Good timing indeed. When I think that the Second Inquisition's butchers were lying in wait, I'd shiver. If I could.
You seem to have met Fang.
We had the chance to talk last night.
She was pacing the floor while you were gone.
I told her to keep quiet.
And she did. She's a smart young woman.
Of great consequence. You shouldn't treat her like a child.
The court is full of predators. Fang is easy prey in the eyes of many.
She's more resourceful than you think.
Not against kindred this old.
Ugh. Oh, Caleb, please. Is it her pretty face that's got you acting like a knight in shining armor?
I'm just trying to protect her.
That's what I'm saying. I've had my share of protective followers too. Men who thought they could use their power to protect my delicate nature. I've survived longer than them all.
I'm not overprotective of her, if that's what you mean.
That's not the impression you give off. I hope you're able to find a balance, or you'll both suffer.
My obligations to Hazel kept me away from the court last night. Did I miss anything important?
No, nothing much. I ran into Burrell. He was with your charming little protege.
I don't like the sound of that. Did you hear their conversation?
That would have been very impolite of me.
Oh, damn it. I don't have anything.
Good evening.
Goodbye, Caleb.
I wasted all my shit on the other one.
Hazel can't just ignore me and then call me in like this. Now get out of here before I make your blood boil.
Mr. Siaka, you're taking a big risk.
Goodbye.
What a nightmare. It's chaos here. What do we do if the hunters show up?
Now she's sending you.
Run into some trouble with the prince?
That's a question to ask Hazel. She's the one who doesn't know what she wants.
Did she ask you to do something?
She summoned me like a servant. I know she doesn't trust me, even though I don't understand why. She's gone all paranoid Ice Queen, and there's no way I'm gonna let it cost me my head. I don't know how you still put up with her.
You owe your place in the Primogen to her.
What, you think I don't know that? I've always done my best to keep her from screwing things up. But when she reached out to Hartford...
That's not what he meant. What he meant was, you have to be more gracious to her, meaning whatever she does say, you do. But he's making it sound like his position in the Primogens is to keep her out of trouble. What? Majority of the Primogen people are fucking bullshit, snotty, me people. Like, they don't really care about anyone else. They think they're better than the prince.
Is there a problem with Hartford?
I told Hazel we can't trust them.
Do you have any evidence to support what you're suggesting?
She doesn't know Deneb the way I do. She wouldn't listen to my warnings.
Her plan was bold.
Risky is a better adjective. After what happened last night, I'm not sure you realize just how deep the shit you're in goes.
And I suppose you have the solution?
Maybe. Not that I'm happy about it. There's interesting stuff going on in other places. Boston's not the center of the universe.
We don't know who can be trusted. This is no time to leave. If the prince has kept you in the dark, she must have had a good reason for it. Just look at what happened.
Open your eyes, Caleb! The Boston Camarilla is crumbling before our eyes! What are the odds we survive?
If you leave now, you're no better than our enemies.
You're one to talk. You know what it's like to feel called to be elsewhere.
That has nothing to do with this. Salem isn't elsewhere. You won't be any safer there.
It's just a starting point. We thaumaturgs will find a way to deal with it.
I see that you've planned for everything.
I've already lost too much time. You shouldn't waste your time either.
If you leave, Hazel will catch up with you.
What do you mean?
You know, she doesn't like people who have been disloyal, especially now.
Hazel doesn't need new enemies. She should be wary.
Be careful.
Goodbye, Caleb.
What an asshole. He's threatening her, saying she better not do anything stupid or I'll be her next enemy. Meanwhile, well, I like how the fucking knife just disappeared.
That'll do.
But he's suggesting if he leaves now, he will become her enemy.
Oh, I hope there won't be another attack.
Oh, there definitely will be, honey. You can take that to the bank and cash it. Now. Wow. What is this? This is a fascinating upper area. Huh. This is above the... Oh, this is her room. So this is actually the prince's room right here, if you think about it. So she can go up here. Why is this balcony? Why does this balcony even exist? That's so weird. Well. Jara, I would have liked to give you this bond that you've been waiting for so long, but I can't bring myself to condemn you to my situation. But don't be afraid. I will never abandon you, Jara, never. We're bound together forever. We're one. Since that first night, that first instant, nothing can keep us apart. I promise. K. Huh. Any other red smoke?
Let's see if Caius was right.
That's supposed to be her, I'm guessing. That's a computer.
Jara always was old-fashioned. Whatever's in this box must be important.
Well, I suppose I could cheat and look at this. There we go. It's always the same. Wait, hold on a minute. They said the pieces of paper lying around that gives clues on how to open this. Really? No, that's not really what I'm looking for. Aha! For one... 4123. So now, let's see. No! Full diagram. Left, right, right. Oh. Oh, I could have done that myself. Oh well. I was close. I kept spinning, thinking.
Jara was conducting her own investigation. There is no way Caius would be expecting that.
Oh, yes. Decrypted conversation, September 4th, 2019, 9:30 p.m. Aquila. Corvus, you used my code? The most recent one has been compromised. Notes, it's a good idea to keep the codes to myself. Alternative procedure. Pause. Time of last contact, 7:07 p.m. Duration, 2 minutes, 27 seconds. Ending the report. They are overconfident and have become lax on security. Of course the prince wants us to increase the surveillance on of the port. I don't have all the details, but it could complicate your transfers. That's the best you can do. Thank you. I'll pass the word on to the team. So I'm still waiting for your last shipment of files. I'm working on it. It will be coming soon. In that case, Aquila out. End the conversation. Notes. This looks like a test to see if the identification would work without the code. Why would I need more information?
It appears Caius was wrong. He and Jara may have been looking for the same individual.
Now, do I need to fucking... Well, with this, there's no point.
That should take less than a minute.
Well, the speed it's going, I say a total of 30 seconds. If only all computers can do this.
I hope Caius will be able to use what's on this thumb drive. I think that's everything. Now it's Caius's turn.
Huh! She even says it right there. I have my own ways to save myself. Where are you? The time has come. PWD arrival. Nice script. What? No.
Hello, Mr. Bizarre. Mr. Leto asked me to wait until you were done. He also told me you'd have something for me.
Here it is. Give it to him, and him alone.
And don't ask any questions. I get it. Are you done here?
You may proceed.
Thanks.
I hope Caius knows what he's doing. Hazel is probably ready to see me now. I won't make her wait.
What do we do if the hunters show up?
Oh, what do we do? Ah! No chance I can jump down, huh? Oh well. So it was just I didn't want to come in here. Let's see if this idiot's in here.
It's locked from the inside.
Well, I'm not surprised. Richard is an asshole. I hate that guy. Something about him that just gives off the wrong vibe. Okay, so let me see here. This is where I need to go. Really now? Jenga?
The prince is ready to see you now.
I think that's it. I can't go see Bevel now. It's too late.
Great.
Different area. Actually, it could be the same. No, I don't think it is.
Caleb.
My prince.
We were expecting you.
How may I be of service to you this time?
One thing at a time. The situation has changed. The money is gone. The accounts have been emptied.
What? That's impossible.
Only Jason Moore could have transferred the money. The situation is dire.
Moore would never have done it on his own. He would never have dared.
I agree. It's much too bold a move for him. And that's what concerns me the most. Someone used him to attack us. Someone who was extremely well prepared.
It might be one of our own.
That's what I think. It's the most plausible explanation.
If there's a traitor among us, I'll have their head.
One thing at a time. I'll take care of the traitor, personally. Failure is a luxury we will soon be unable to afford. If you have nothing more to say, we can move on to the reason I sent for you.
What did you think about Richard Dunham's file?
Money that should be going to me seems to go missing whenever he touches it. Richard is far too important to me. I can't afford to upset him now. But if his research doesn't pay off soon, I won't hesitate to show him my disappointment.
Hold on a minute, guys. I'll be right back. I have to go to the bathroom. I'm back. Ugh.
Did you read Joladori's file?
I wish I'd never seen it.
There's too much I despise in it.
She never mentioned she was monitoring the Primogen's finances. Or this, Katapotis. What on earth is it?
I've got no idea.
It doesn't add up. It seemed important to her.
But she's not here to shed any light on it. I'm listening.
I've asked for your presence here because I have a new mission for you. Delson was able to track down the men who attacked us.
It wasn't easy, but it was impossible for them to disappear without leaving a trace after what they did yesterday.
Where are they hiding?
Long Island.
Long Island. Wonderful. Just so you know, it's not me.
Yes, of course. An abandoned facility just off the coast. An old fort. It's the ideal place for a secret base.
And certainly much more. Who knows what they're up to out there?
How is it we didn't notice a thing?
They have abundant resources, and we're short on eyes.
It doesn't matter. We'll find the people responsible for the situation later. Our most pressing issue is preventing them from striking us again.
How?
You're going to go there and kill their leader.
What? There's combat in this game now? When? How?
Sending me there. That seems to be a rather bold choice.
I don't see anyone better for the job.
Infiltration isn't really my specialty.
You'll be dealing with Kine. You'll be a fox in a henhouse. I'm not worried about you. And Delson knows how to get you in.
Oh, that changes everything.
They evacuated the bodies from the site of the party, which is how we were able to pick up their trail.
There's a small, nondescript warehouse at Jeffrey's Point. As far as we can tell, their transfers from Boston to Long Island are made by boat. To avoid drawing attention to themselves, they've chosen to employ only small craft. There are bodies packed in the warehouse waiting to be shipped over. Do you get the picture?
You want me to disguise myself as a body to be evacuated?
Exactly. All you have to do is stop simulating your vital functions for a few hours.
It's risky.
It's risky, but it's now or never. We might never get another opportunity. We have to try.
The last transfer is probably going to take place tonight. After that, there's no way of knowing when we'll get another chance.
I need to know the details.
Let us worry about getting you into the warehouse. We've made all the preparations. You won't have to worry about a thing until you get to Long Island.
We know where they are. Why go through their warehouse?
Charging into Long Island blind would be far too risky.
And with a traitor in our midst, I'd rather keep this to a small circle of trusted people, to avoid any other unpleasant surprises.
And after that?
Once you're on the island, you'll be in uncharted territory. You'll be on your own.
Who is my target?
Walter Stanford.
He's the head of the Boston Task Force. He's part of what they call the Society of Leopold.
Someone else will take his place.
No need for you to worry about that for the time being. Your mission is to eliminate Stanford, and that's all.
What do we know about this Stanford?
Not much. They're very careful. He was sent from the Vatican, and he brought other fanatics with him. If he's here, it means that Rome has faith in him, and that can't be good for us.
He's got to be taken out.
What's the Vatican getting out of all this?
Your guess is as good as mine. but it seems that the kind are trying to get a better understanding of us in order to hunt us more effectively. These priests have been our enemies for ages. They have knowledge.
Putting an end to them is crucial. We must keep our enemies from unifying their strength.
I don't wish to be the bearer of ill tidings, but what if I fail? Do you have a backup plan?
Galen, you won't fail. You're our only hope. We place all our trust in you to complete this essential mission.
Ah!
There's no room for error, Bazori.
I've heard this before.
Aren't you worried someone will tip off the SI? There's still a traitor among us.
The traitors, my department. You need to strike quickly, and don't let anyone know of your plans. We can't take the slightest risk.
All right. I've heard enough.
Very well. Then you should get going. We've already lost enough time.
Very well. My prince.
And failure. None. Okay. You could have decided to confront your child, bro, unknown about his inappropriate interests in zoo. Doesn't matter. 165 experience. You agreed to help Kai's Lotto. You discovered more secrets about Jari Droid than you came up for. You questioned Jason Moore's bodyguard in the court's interrogating room. Renaissance bonus fortitude. That's what I like to see. 165 experience. Hell to the yeah, my friend. And no failures. I could have done that, but maybe for another time. Now, who's next? MM. Okay, so let's go back to that other thing I had where it showed me how I should be distributing my points. For MM. Let's see. No, not there. The thing I want is the shit. Yeah, so I want to... Let's see. Nothing there. The blood burn. No, that's not it. How did I put that other thing? Or was it? Oh wait, it might have been in. Oh, there we go. That's what I'm looking for. Yes. All right. So I have 155 for MM, which is perfect. Holy shit! Why is this all fucked up? Whatever. Okay, so let's see. This is. What in the fucking hell? I need to redo this. Dude, what in the fucking... It's horseshit, man. I have to do this now because unfortunately I need to make sure I'm doing MM right. Oh, there we go. Oops. For MM, it's important to upgrade your social skills. You want to focus primarily on focus when using this Empire rhetoric and persuasion. Rhetoric and persuasion. Okay, so rhetoric. There. Good enough. Although, yeah, fuck it. Neonate. What the fuck is that? Increase the discipline or skill to level 3, yeah. Oh, here comes... You summoned me?
I'm guessing you tipped Bazori off to the traitor?
Yes.
Any news?
Nothing since Richard's report. My city is in danger. Everything I've built, all the dreams I've invested. That Judas is a threat to everything.
Not for long. You'll bounce back.
Yes. Congratulations on your negotiations with the Chantry. Our agreement with Hartford is crucial.
I almost didn't make it out. I could have ended up a guinea pig in their strange experiments.
Don't be ridiculous. We would have realized you'd gone missing soon enough. I would have sent someone to get you. Ugh, that's enough brooding. That's not why I brought you here. I have a new favor to ask of you.
What a surprise.
About what I told you earlier concerning Delson and Long Island. I've got a plan.
Oh, I know that look. Hazel.
This is the best moment to strike.
That sounds like the definition of rushing into things.
Yes, but we have no choice.
Wait a minute.
Delson?
We need to blind them from the inside. They know too much about it. We have to change that. For that, we need someone to hit them with a surprise attack from within their compound.
I wish that person luck.
It's you.
That's way out of my league.
Hazel's not asking for your opinion. You proved you were reliable with Hartford.
But that was
we
different.
need your skill sets for such a risky and vital task.
Wait, this is not the
That's
same.
Precisely what's got me on edge.
It's your chance to prove to the court once and for all that you deserve a place on the council, MM. After this, you'll be untouchable.
I sure hope so.
Sure.
All right. How do I get on this island? By boat?
I doubt it. Coastline's under surveillance.
So I swim across. All right. What then?
Kaya's wrote a program that can help us. If you can upload it into their system, it'll corrupt all the data they've got in their database. Their systems, the archives, it'll all be lost.
Allowing us to cover our tracks.
It's our best shot at making it through this. You'll just have to insert it into a computer that's on their network.
You know,
it's
he's also
absolutely essential.
He also has
Any
one of those
questions?
eyes. That's like a bugging out eye, but not as much as not as much as the other one.
Your plan sounds pretty old school. There's no way to do that remotely?
We've tried, but Leto's agents weren't able to breach their security. Their
what?
network's too highly protected. That's why we need you.
I see.
Oh, you know what he actually looks like? Oh man, what the fuck is his name? I was just talking about this the other day. How do I forget him, man? He's Jason Momoa. That's what I was thinking of. Yeah, he has like Jason Momoa look if his face is more filled out, like puffed up a little bit. Well, maybe a little bulky. I don't know.
Am I allowed to take a partner?
No.
I'd feel a lot better about this if I had someone covering my back.
I understand, but that's not possible. We're already taking a risk by sending a person in to infiltrate their hideout.
Got it.
Oh God.
So, let me get this straight. You want me to infiltrate the enemy base alone?
Alone.
The same enemies who just slaughtered half the camp.
Quit whining. You can have help.
Oh, really?
Your task will not be easy. You'll need a diversion while you sabotage their system. A raid near their base, for example.
That could work. Who will you send?
I refuse to sacrifice any more of our people. So we might as well send in the riffraff. The Anarchs could do the job.
Come again?
You heard me. I want you to go see them and convince them to go with you to Long Island.
What?
You're trying to thin their herd.
I'm balancing the scales.
They can't stand us. They'll never agree to fight for us. Let alone on their own without us.
They don't have to know they'll be alone. Lead them to believe our forces will join up with them. The SI is a threat to the entire city. They're just as concerned as we are.
No, wait, hold on a minute. So she wants us to go to the Anarchs, lie to them, convince them they'll be teaming up with us to deal with these clowns as a diversion. But they'll be just going in and getting slaughtered themselves. Even though we'll be thinning their herd, so to speak, they'll know we betrayed them. They won't be our allies, and they'll come back and attack us further. This is not an ideal situation or plan. This is tactically the worst idea I've ever heard in my life. What they should have done was allowed a second partner to go along her to deal with the compound.
Send someone else to negotiate. A real emissary.
No one else knows the Anarchs as well as you do. They go to your clubs, don't they? They know who you are. They know they can trust you.
I barely know them. I see a couple of them once in a while, but that's it. We're not exactly friends.
You're still in the best position to negotiate with them.
Yeah.
This is really horseshit.
I'm not comfortable with the idea of sending them to be slaughtered.
Same thing with me.
Despicable.
It's just politics. And it's probably your only chance to come back in one piece.
What if I refuse?
I won't let you. Your conscience is of no concern to me. The only thing that matters is our survival. And too bad if it keeps you up at night.
The true face of the Camarilla.
Oh my lord.
Right then. Let's say I agree.
You don't have a choice, but I'll humor you.
How am I supposed to go about it? I can't just go chasing down every Anarch I know to ask for their help.
There's only one Anarch that counts. Their Baron.
Randall Thane?
That's right. He's in charge of the various Anarch gangs in the region. I don't know where he is right now. You'll need to use your network.
I've got an idea of who I can ask. What can I use as leverage if they try to negotiate?
Money, favors. Offer them whatever seems useful.
All right.
One more thing. Don't tell anyone about your task, not even your sire. I don't want the council poking their noses into this. That will be all. I'm counting on you, MM. Be careful, and good luck.
I'm gonna need it.
Wow, this is turning into a real shit show. A real shit show. This is not cool. This is totally ridiculous, if I'm being perfectly honest. Absolutely ridiculous. Just the idea alone is horseshit.
Amen, there you are.
Here we go.
I'm sorry I wasn't here to meet you when you got back. I was busy.
Yes.
Don't apologize. I missed you, McAndrews. The Jefferson Library, it was hell. I really thought I wasn't gonna make it, that I wouldn't see you again.
Excuse me?
That's all that inspires in you?
You haven't spoken to me like that since our breakup. I'm just a little surprised.
What are you talking about? We never
broke up. It's been 30 years, Amem.
What? I don't remember.
Come on. I get the feeling we need to clear up a few things.
Yeah.
She doesn't remember it's been 30 years already? Really? Uh-oh.
Come on. Tell me what's going on.
The Warlocks. I knew their library would leave a mark. They fucked with my head.
So, if I understand right, you have no memory of our breakup.
Oh, right.
None whatsoever. I really thought that you know.
Oh,
There's
shit.
a reason the Warlocks have a bad reputation.
And you said it's been 30 years?
I
More
forgot
or
about
less.
that.
That seems like forever. And then again, the blink of an eye for us.
Believe me, it's been a long 30 years.
Damn. That was what I left behind? Shit. Oh, wow, because, oh, that's right, okay. Oh, that's right, because in the beginning portion of the game, she had an issue with her. She almost like an attitude, and then when she came back, she just remembered everything else but that. I didn't know where else I would have to look. I thought I explored everywhere. Apparently I missed an area. It must have been somewhere where I needed security skill.
When I was there with the Tremere, I saw things, glimpses of the past. It was like I was reliving certain episodes of my past. I guess that's what Osborne meant when he told me about the memories.
What exactly did you see?
I saw my attack with the Knights. I need to know. What happened after that? Did they pay for what they did to me?
It's a long story, Mem. And it's not really a happy one.
That's all the more reason. I want to know what happened. It's my memory, not some game.
Exactly. I don't want to see you suffer again. I won't allow it.
But it's not your choice. It's not you we're talking about. It's me. I can't just sit here not knowing.
I won't tell you a thing.
Hilda, please.
I said no. There's no point in insisting.
Fine. Whatever you want. That's all.
I'm sorry you had to go through that again. I can't imagine how upsetting it must have been.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing that with me.
I'm sorry. I've got to go. I need to take some time to process all of this. The prince is sending me out on another task. I can't screw up.
What kind of task?
I'm sorry, but I can't talk about it. Hazel made that exceedingly clear. If she thinks things are better like that, I believe her.
For God's sake, Amem, I'm your sire. You should trust me, not that snake in the grass.
Really?
Personally, I've never had anything bad to say about Hazel.
Unlike me. Is that it? You'd be singing a different tune if you knew what I know.
If I knew what?
Nothing. You wouldn't believe me anyways.
Just like the fact you can't tell her about memories, she's just asked, but now you want to have. I know Hilda's personality type. She's a possessive type that she's like a possessive personality with a little bit of hint of arrogance. Like she really just wants everything to go her way, no matter what anyone else says. But she's also possessive of her. She doesn't want her to do anything without her knowing.
Fine. I'll just make your life miserable until you spill the beans.
Seriously?
You know how stubborn I can be when I want something.
Hazel's a smart woman. She knows what she needs to do to get what she wants. And she wants you.
That's going too far.
You think it's an honor, but you should really be worried. Hazel never does anything she's not sure she'll benefit from, which means she's got ways to make you bend to her will. She's careful to hide her secrets from you, safe behind her herald. Tonight could be your last chance to discover them. Very well, let's move on. You're right. You should go get some rest, and do think over what we've discussed. Promise me you'll be careful.
I'll try.
No, it's this area, but this, I don't know. Whose room is this anyway? This is the room I saw earlier, but I think this room was closed off. Oh no, I wasn't able to go through here, I don't think. Okay. April Bosley's room. Where's Bosley's room?
Do you think we have time to just laze around? You need to be fast and effective. Destroy anything we don't need. Keep what's important. Do I make myself clear?
Yes, Miss Bosley.
You're a good kid, Lazarus. I need a drink.
Now, shake a leg.
Sorry, I don't really have time for this.
I'm sure you don't.
I'd better hurry.
The prince's apartment?
A direct route to the prince's apartments. April plays the guard dog. The swan's nest. I hope it's worth it.
My dear Dijon, you know the high regard I have for your advice, and an even higher value I place on your special arrangement. That is why I asked you to carry out the task we discussed earlier, a task that you were extremely reluctant to undertake. I appreciate, but the Hartford Chantry is our best option right now. When I say right now, it is because I'm counting on the situation changing. A change you yourself will be party to. In the interest of my projects, I cannot reveal the details, especially in writing, but keep in mind that I know where you are from and what your ancestors went through. Hartford is nothing more than a means, a tool. A tool can be replaced. Help me, and when the time comes, I will help you. Damn. Uh-oh.
I didn't know Hazel was into music.
BFDAC. That doesn't really help me at all. My prince, I have passed you requests for more information about Mr. Underwood on to Jason Moore. I can only congratulate you for taking such an initiative. I have observed a steady increase in Mr. Underwood's contacts with mortals around the globe, particularly in South America and India. He's very secretive, but he has... I was finding some better than his contacts. He has a need to control everything at all times. He uses his channels and his tools to keep up with the latest news. Like most blue buds, he is a workaholic who trusts no one but himself. Since he became Gale's Bazor's child, the family business he inherited has grown to a vast, sprawling network that controls the sugar industry from production to sales. He has often flouted the rules of the Masquerade. I suspect he has gone against many of our principles on several occasions. In any case, without being able to prove it, I wouldn't be surprised. At court, Mr. Underwood is a veritable fox. He knows how to increase his influence, especially since Miss Bazora is taking a step back. In fact, he is the most prominent member of your clan after yourself, but he also has a close ties to members of your prime Hilda in particular, but also to a close extent Richard. His interdependence has cultivated makes him a threat to your interests. It would be very easy for him to bypass our authority if he felt like it. He has many ways of applying pressure. I do not mention here the business of other members who depend on his goodwill, but I am including some documents.
There are faint marks on the wall. It's Miley? Hazel had another child before Miley? Shit. I had no idea. Seeing as how it ended, I'm not really surprised.
Destruction of Erland's Cardiel successful. As per advance information, the child was found in a warehouse. Also, there was Tommy Rye. The room was only empty. He was thrown against the wall. They really understood that only one of us would ever leave at the hangar. His head hit the metal railings many times. He then stopped moving altogether. I went to get the gas cans I had brought with me earlier. I sprayed gasoline all over the premises and set it on fire. I stayed there until the fire was over. The child is now ancient history. Wow, that sucks. Huh. There's something else is in here.
Amen?
Miley, that you?
Yeah. What are you doing here?
It's not important. How are you doing? I heard you almost didn't make it. I didn't think it was that serious. How are you holding up?
They destroyed my face. I have a hard time talking.
It's okay. It's okay. The bastards. Who the hell did this to you?
Incendiary bullet. Caught fire in seconds. My skin peeled off. My eye melted.
Okay, I think I get it. You're gonna be alright, you hear? You're a fighter.
Amen. I won't tell Hazel. But you have to leave. She doesn't like visitors.
It'll only take me a sec. I understand better now why Dijon never mentioned his sire. Hazel's always one step ahead.
I took it nothing I was able to my design so I could pass. He's a child of Marie. If her family was familiar, not to be expected, she is rather ordinary, but interesting enough, she has ties to the Hartford Chantry, and did not long ago her unauthorized embrace. She was sentenced to final death by Chantry Tremere. Her escape led to Louisiana, where she met Sayaka. She embraced him in a voodoo ritual that I didn't understand much about, but it seems that it left a deep impression on Sayaka, who had been influenced by this magic throughout his existence. It appears that he has come to New England to settle a score with Hartford. I think we could use this to our own advantage given the arrangements we envisioned. For example, we could make him part of the Boston court. It shouldn't be too hard to make him your puppet, especially if we promise to solve his problem. He could then be put in contact with Chantry, perhaps a sleeper agent, or he could take on responsibility as one remaining our puppet. However, if Deneb Osmond were to discover what I have learned, Mr. Tiger exists will undoubtedly be threatened. It's up to you to decide, however. I think this is a golden opportunity that would be a shame to pass up. I plan to stay a few more days to clarify some points. I am sending you this message to a reliable servant. I will then return to the court as soon as possible. JD. Interesting. So that's how her room gets activated. Okay.
There are faint marks on the wall.
That you can't open without a key. Guessing I put this on here.
I've always found swans very moving. They're beautiful, but full of melancholy. It's a nice symbol.
The key.
I wonder if...
Wait a minute. It's the musical score, wasn't it? It was... B then F to DAC. BF DAC, right? Yeah. BF DAC. BF DAC, my friend.
There are faint marks.
Shut up, MM! B F D A C.
That noise. Something moved.
Probably on here. Ooh.
So Hazel has her eye on my clubs.
Of course.
Politics. Always politics. What's her game? Is this how she thanks her allies?
Huh. Dear Jason, as Prince of Boston, you know I'm always looking for opportunity to expand my domain. A few of my counselors have brought an opportunity to strengthen a hold on Boston's nightlife to my attention. I would like you to evaluate the acquisition of number of venues, the specifics attached to this letter. These venues have to be currently used by M.M. Louis, whom you do not know very well. She is one of our kind, but I ask for your utmost discretion regarding this matter. Sincerely, Hazel.
That explains why Hazel's holding off on Fang's embrace. Underwood. What a creep.
Mr. Prince, I've always heard that you feared the departure of my dear sire, Caleb Bazori. Indeed, the progressive departure of the eldest among us is a matter of concern, especially when it involves such a loyal and valuable element as Caleb. Nevertheless, I believe I have a way to keep him at your disposal for a while longer. My sire is rather infatuated with a promising young woman. He wishes to embrace her more than I have ever seen him desire anything. Why, you may ask? Why choose another child when you already have a child as accomplished as myself? I wouldn't dare to commit on the subject myself and would join you in your question. Dare to comment on it, rather. So, this is Zhu Fang. As the object of his desire's name should be formally presented to you very soon. You know her dear old Bazori stands on tradition, of course. He will only embrace her when you have given him permission to do so. This is why I suggest you use some obscure excuse, such as the overcrowding of Boston, for example, to stall for time. He will understand. If there's anything Caleb is good at, is understanding princes, even when they make decisions that go against his interests. Ask him for more time, postpone it, or even simply ignore his requests. He will be all the more ready to prove his worth to you, to show you he deserves it. I obviously do not expect any form of compensation for this advice. The mere act of serving my prince in the court of Boston of performing my duty is short. It's payment enough for me. Bravo, Underwood, you cocksucker.
Bazori is a loyal dog, and Hazel's got him on a short leash.
Got that right. Caleb's Bazori evaluation by Jara. During Quentin King's reign, Caleb Bazori was always above reproach, performing every task assigned to him without batting an eye. He is the consummate tool for doing dirty work, as he is cold and effective. I won't even begin to tell you how many thin-blooded anarchs or dissidents he has faced and defeated. Such overwhelming loyalty to your predecessor would suggest that he be sidelined or even removed. Nevertheless, I urge you not to rush down this path. On the contrary, keep Caleb Bazori as close to you as possible seems to me the wisest thing to do. Indeed, his loyalty was not to Quentin King, but to the role of the prince, and today that is you, Miss Iverson. Caleb Bazori could quickly become one of your best assets. I remain at your disposal to provide you with the reports on his various missions, but a reading of everything seems unnecessary as there is far too much of it. Okay, what's this one?
Hazel said there was an accident, but it was actually an execution. If Alicia were to find out...
Oh boy. Dear Miss Iverson, it is within heavy heart that I confirm that I carried out your orders last night. Halsey is no more, so you will most certainly experience less fear of new incidents. I have already made arrangements at the institution for Alicia because I'm Wait, what? Halsey's no more, so you will most certainly experience less fear of new incidences. I have already made arrangements at the Institute for Alicia because I'm certain that she will be shocked and that she will become unwell. While I understand your reasons, with all due respect, I must warn you that Halsey's disappearance will not necessarily result in increased potential for Leisha to have visions. I will tell Leisha that there has been an unfortunate accident, and if required, I will manipulate her memories to avoid the worst. You can count on my discretion. I will be the tomb regarding this matter. Wow! Wow! She's a dirty bitch. She is dirty. Okay. Damn. Wow. I can't say I'm surprised though. There's something about her that I don't particularly like, but I hate the other people more. The what's the word I'm looking for? The group that fucking
I should go. It's gonna be a long night. First, the Anarchs. But I have to find them first.
Yeah. I would say that I hate not hers. You could have discovered that Belle Underwood and Caleb's ghoul, Zhu Fang, were up to something. You could have discovered a secret about your sire, Hilda. What? How the fuck would I have known any of this? Come on. Whatever. Not my business. Minus 20 to the next experience cost for soul side attribute. Plus 10 success rate and persuasion tie. The child are united. Okay. 70. Oh, good. Now, this is what I'm talking about. Let's see. What skill side level up for her? Psychology, deduction, education, and tech. Oh. Alright, so. Let's see here. Tech. Psychology's up. Security. Is that tech? Electronic. That's security, I believe, right? I don't see that on here. What the fuck? This stupid computer. Mental and knowledge. That's education and mental would be so... No. Allows you to hack these devices to go undetected or gain access to information. That's security. That's not... Oh no, that's technology. Okay, that's 60. That's 60. That's 60. Psychology's already... Oh, crud. So, you know what? I'm not gonna increase this yet. I want to see if disciplines, if I can do anything with them. Let me see. Obfuscate. No. Copy one additional outfit. No. Off spec was what now? I don't know if this is what I don't think I need this per se. A divining eye can sometimes break a vampire's mind. Yes. Remember using obfuscate tricks to mind of others into ignoring them or to confuse them with someone else. I don't know. Should I even bother with any of this? I mean, I can't. Obviously, it would be better if I just do this, right? Doppelganger is what I really want. A doppelganger no longer requires a safe zone and can be activated at any time. Holy shit. Alright, so I guess... What's more important for her? Mental knowledge. Oh, okay. Mental knowledge. So if I increase this one more, okay, I see what's going on. But the investigator character profile. I don't think I did that, did I? I think I did the Malkavian because I was an idiot. Maybe I should just do tech, you know? I've noticed tech is a real big thing that I have not been able to accomplish much of. And 3 seems to be the best one. Psychology's alright. But I don't think she needs that as much as the others. I could do deduction as well. Ability to make accurate inferences to one or more clues in the environment or in the dialogue. Fuck it. I'm gonna do it. It's a risk I'm willing to take. Uh-oh. She's seeing something else now. So I wonder if that know about Halsey was prior to her reuniting with her again. That doctor's a fucking bitch. Looks like an apartment. And Richard's room? Of course. That looks like his room.
Halsey?
Yes, Mom. I'm here.
Oh, I already opened that from last time. Wait, didn't I get that tape recording? No, let's not do that yet. Let's go to the other thing where I can... I think I already read all these already. Okay, now where was that thing? Yes.
Only Richard would still use that.
I think we read this one already.
What is he talking about?
What isn't he talking about? I am unfortunately not in a position to respond favorably to your request. I am on the verge of a breakthrough and I'm not able to ensure the success of my research while providing an appropriate treatment for Alicia. With all due respect, I cannot consent to her release from the institute. It is much too soon. It would seriously hinder her progress. Furthermore, I'm sure that I need not to remind you that even if you were to allow her to join us earlier, there is no question of over-soliciting her gifts. We know where that leads. In other words, this was made prior to her reuniting with Halsey, and of course, you know, talking about her gifts of seeing into the future. The fuck? That's it? Oh, you anus. I think that was it. I don't think there's anything more to do here. Examine.
How many hours have I spent sitting in this armchair for my therapy sessions?
Yes, he would be sitting here. Of course he would. Trying to make them comfortable, you know. The truth of the matter is, I love the idea of psychology, but I hate psychologists. If you know what I mean. I like the idea and concept of figuring out how people tick and understanding them, but I do not like the idea of psychologists poking and prodding, trying to get them to respond with a desirable outcome that would benefit their own agenda, which also leads to the consumption of giving them pills. That to me is just fucked up, and I'm not in favor of all that. I don't need this anymore. Okay. Here we go. Let's see what I have over here. Nothing. Oh, let's try an audio tape. Is there like an audio thing I can use in here? Can someone explain to me why there's a bed in here? Isn't it supposed to be the, it's a bathroom type area. Like, there's even a bathtub. I don't know. I don't get it. So there's no tape recorder here that I can use. Is that what it's saying? There's gotta be a tape recorder here somewhere. Or was it in a different room? Fuck. Okay. Whatever. Wait, what's this?
Richard always liked masks. Like all children of Malkov. I see guilt. Richard often asked me.
Guilt on the mother or the woman? Yeah, I see that too. Let's talk to her, because there's nothing else to do here.
Hey, Pumpkin. What are you looking at?
The picture is scary.
Come now. There's nothing to be afraid of. You're not going to be afraid of a couple paintings now, are you?
No, but...
Yes, I know. It's Richard. He was angry, but he wasn't angry with you. You know...
I don't think he is. He doesn't like me following you around.
Yes, but it's because he worries you'll get hurt. Pumpkin, there are much more serious things going on right now.
Those people who put us into boxes.
Yes, them. But don't be scared. Mommy's here.
I know.
I won't let anyone hurt you. Ever.
Here we go.
There you are.
Where have you been? I've been looking for you since I got back, but...
The prince hasn't given me a moment's rest since I returned.
I won't hide the fact that I was happy that you were the one to... Well...
That I informed them about the Second Inquisition. Yes, I can imagine.
Are you still angry that Hazel let me out? Don't you think there are more pressing issues here?
See? I told you so.
That's enough. I'm not venting frustration. Can't you see that? You're confusing a wounded ego with my professional concerns.
I appreciate you worrying, but...
Yes, I'm troubled by the faith that you place in Hazel, and I have good reason to be. She didn't follow your treatment protocol. Usually, I give you your treatment when you awaken. You'll become more and more overwhelmed by your visions and your hallucinations. All this because she's afraid. Hazel has become dependent on you.
Don't you think you're blowing things a bit out of proportion? Dependent on me?
On your visions, of course. Don't you understand? She didn't bring them up.
She did mention them in passing.
She needs your premonitions to help her anticipate the future, to try to influence the course of events.
She would like to, you mean?
What do you mean by that?
They're strange images.
You mean to say they're symbolic?
That's it, symbolic, I guess. But it's hard to say what they could mean.
That's why I don't think it's a good idea to encourage Hazel to think she can rely on your visions to serve her own ambitions. Here's a dose of your treatment. Take it immediately.
This will rid me of my premonitions, is that it?
I don't have time to break this to you gently. I have to go straight to the point.
What are you talking about?
Leisha, Halsey isn't real.
What?
It's not true, is it?
You're the only one who sees her.
No.
Our family has a gift for seeing things.
No, Halsey is my daughter.
In your mind. It's always difficult to pull you away from her. That's why I try to treat you as soon as you awaken, to keep Halsey from reappearing.
He's lying, Mom. He hates me.
You're either lying or you're wrong. I don't know which, but it's not true.
Leisha.
But Hazel sees her.
When your hallucinations increase, your premonitions do too. They become more specific and more reliable. And that's what the prince wants. But you grow increasingly catatonic. Halsey starts to take over.
No! I don't want you to leave me!
Enough! Shut up, both of you!
It's just you and me, Leisha.
Oh, no.
He's a liar! It's not true!
I regret having to inflict this terrible shock on you. Each and every time.
Every time?
Leisha, the prince wants to see you. Immediately.
Yes, of course. Just a minute.
I'm not supposed to be here. I should have left for the Red Salon already.
Why? No, you can't just leave like that. I have too many questions.
Hazel doesn't like to wait.
We'll have time. Go now. Obey the prince, Leisha. Stay where it's safe, and above all, drink.
There. I'm coming.
Okay, now that was an interesting interaction there. I don't know what to think about this.
Leisha, I wanted to thank both of you for...
The prince sees me. See, Mom? Richard's a liar.
Are you all right, Leisha? You seem...
Quit pretending.
Come now, Leisha. What's wrong?
You've been pretending to see Halsey since the very beginning. Why did you lie to me?
Lie to you? I didn't lie to you. Halsey is part of you, and I accept you just the way you are. That's all.
Intimidation, psychology. Fuck it. I'll try. It's not gonna work though. What? It worked.
You're really only interested in my visions. You've been manipulating me because you're afraid of the future.
I fought hard to earn my place. I don't want to lose it.
Yes, but why have you been manipulating me?
Manipulating you? I've done nothing of the sort. It's not as simple as that. Hallucinations, premonitions, these visions are part of you.
So, Halsey,
You're calling her a vision.
I don't think Halsey is putting anyone in danger, especially not you. On the contrary.
What do you mean?
I think she brings out the best in you. You brought Miley back together. That's proof that she's not a burden for you. I'm grateful to her, too, for having saved Miley. I don't think anybody should tell you to change who you are.
Now, let's just think about this for a few minutes. Let's say hypothetically that Richard is right. Remember, when she was at the crime scene, there were several checkpoints in the game, in that section, where she was getting crazy with the blood, right? And she was about to lose control. Who was the one person to keep her intact and keep her mind intact? It was Halsey with the stupid questions. I mean the riddles, rather. I should rephrase myself. Granted, the bottom line here, I think Richard is right and wrong on both ends. I think it's very possible that Halsey is definitely a hallucination, but at the same time, I don't think he should be the one to tell her to stop seeing her and not seeing the hallucinations. I don't see the benefit to that. This is what I was talking about earlier when I was saying that I don't like psychologists, because this is the type of shit they would do. I, on the other hand, it really wouldn't be my place, unless of course she was actually harming her in some way, then maybe, but...
No, nobody. That's for sure.
And I'm surely the only person that believes that. Have no doubt.
I don't know.
You don't trust me.
I think I'm a little confused.
Mom? I don't understand. Why are you saying that?
Listen, I'm sure you weren't expecting it. I would have rather spared you all of this. But Richard is convinced you're better off without Halsey.
Yes, he told me that. He told me that if Halsey stayed, I'd have even more visions.
That's true, as far as I can tell.
And that I'd end up unable to tell what's real from what's imaginary. He's even provided me with a treatment.
Oh. Well, it's up to you to decide if you want to take it, of course. But before you make up your mind, we need your help. Our family is in danger, Leisha.
I don't know if I can. I don't really feel like...
The Second Inquisition is here. You saw them yourself.
Mom, I'm tired. This isn't fun anymore. I want to go home. Please?
I'm tired too, Sugarfangs.
You need to help us.
Obviously. But what exactly do you want me to do this time?
An impression, an opinion about what's going on.
A premonition, basically.
Don't take it like that. Others are less scrupulous than I, believe me.
What are you talking about?
Richard, for one, who has manipulated your memory multiple times.
He has.
What? Ask him about it. Just know that there are far worse than me creeping around you, Leisha.
Mom?
It's not as simple as that.
I can confirm that's true.
I don't choose when they happen.
Mom, listen to me.
Yes, sweetie. What is it?
There's no point. The swan will lose its head in 2 days. I just saw it. We know, Mom.
What's going on? Leisha, is Halsey speaking to you? What is she saying?
The swan's going to lose her head? Oh shit, now what do I do? She's going to be destroyed. Tell her about Halsey and get this over with. Don't tell her anything. Oh.
You're going to be destroyed in 2 days.
You're lying!
I'm just telling you what I understood. Do you still want to know what I see?
There's got to be a way to shuffle things. There must. Not after everything I've done. I won't believe it.
Hazel,
Please leave. I need to think.
As you wish.
Damn. Oh, that's what she...
I don't know who to believe anymore. Richard or Hazel.
Trust yourself. Don't trust anyone else.
Please, Mom. I'll be a good girl, I promise. So, we're inseparable? Like two peas in a pod?
Yes. Like two peas in a pod, sweetie.
Mom? What's wrong?
This is the continuation from the vision we had earlier. But where is this coming from? What area of the game is this? Is this from the security room? This is the mental ward. This is where she was at. That's Halsey right there, but... Is that memory she's lost? Uh-oh. Unless this is her memories that she's been fucking with. Many different people.
Yes, I'm fine. It's all right. It's just, I need to talk to Richard, Pumpkin.
Again? No, we're happy together.
It's not just you. The hallway, my memory. He has to explain this. I want to understand.
All right, as long as we're together.
That's not a good idea. Are you scared now? You should be. Yes! Yes! No alternatives, no failures. That is what I'm talking about. You chose to listen to the prince and stay with Halsey. Resonance bonus dominate. Difficult patient. Minus 30 to the next experience cost for any knowledge. Sweet. Now we have to go to... Oh shit. With the threat identified at last, the time has come to strike back. Hazel Iverson has devised a daring plan to outsmart the mortals. Lacey goes to Richard's blood bar, the Red Saloon, where she hopes to find him. She seeks answers to her questions about her identity, her past, and her daughter. Okay, so this is what I'm thinking. I'm thinking that Halsey used to be real, but she got killed somehow. But the trauma has made it so that she's a part of her in some weird way. So, yeah, it's that. Let's do MM again, then we'll switch to fucking Caleb. Unfortunately, I have work tomorrow morning, so... But I don't really give a shit. Actually, hold on a minute. Before we do this, I need to check my uploads. I was uploading something. There was one more left to upload. It's probably still in uploading, but let's see. This is... processing. It's already been uploaded? Oh, sweet. Nice. So everything went Millhouse. Awesome. Very good. Very good. Alright, so the first time I uploaded something was 2.5 weeks ago. Then I just uploaded three videos. Mass Effect 1, Part 7, Saints Row Female Boss Part 2, and the Masquerade Swansong Part 2 that is 8 hours long. I had to take advantage of this because for whatever reason last week and I couldn't upload anything again. In the prior weekend I couldn't upload anything either, and I already recorded a whole bunch of shit, so that really upset me a lot. Like, I couldn't believe I couldn't do anything of that, so alright, that's good. So that's excellent. So let's just keep going with MM. Let's see what we can do here. MM is entered a parley with the Boston Anarchs in order to negotiate a false alliance. She'll need their help if she hopes to survive Long Island. Or should I go to Caleb? Do Caleb first, maybe. Because we might be able to do some... You know, let's do Caleb first. Fuck it. You know? Just change it up. And then we'll probably do Laisha. Then we'll do MM later. Alright, let's do Long Island. We haven't been to a new island. Let's see how this works. Now, let's see what I should be doing with him now. Intimidation, rhetoric, and psychology. Intimidation is probably what I need to do now. I'm thinking. 185 experience points. Nice. Intimidation. Ooh. Sweet. So psychology is another one. Upgrade. Intimidation. Alright, so let's check the disciplines. Dominate. What's the next one in line? Dominate generates one less imperialist speech. Let's see what the fortitude one does. Walls of the mind generates one less. Ooh, interesting. Alright, so this increases it by 1. I mean, I could do that. Or I could just do the next level of physical. God, I hate this shit. It's 70. Ooh. It's not bad, with all things considering. That's too... Rhetoric would be important, but psychology and intimidation is also good too. I think I'm gonna upgrade this. Velvet Glove. This is already a minus 20. And then I can upgrade this too, should I need to. Because over here... Look, this is a 60, so I could, like, upgrade this. Oh, of course, this is also a base modifier down. I can't do any of these. I mean, I could, but it's not really helping me. So I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. At least get both of these up to 2. And then for this one... Get rhetoric up 1 more. Let's do this. It's good enough. Long Island, 10 p.m.
Gently. We'll deal with him tomorrow.
Are you sure about that? The morgue. Oh boy. This is looking good. Shit.
Delson wasn't wrong. Now, how to find Stanford.
You should probably try dress up. Okay. I wonder if it says the name of what this guy is. Over here, no? Okay. Ah, what do we have here?
There's something flashing under their skin. That's not very discreet. That's not very discreet.
Can I do anything about it? This guy doesn't have anything.
That's not very discreet. That's not very discreet.
See, what's this one?
This is what happens to mortals who step out of line. This is what happens to mortals who step out of line.
This one's flashing too, it looks like.
That's not very discreet.
Now, let me think. What could that be, really? I can't really do it. Like, doing this is not going to change anything. What's this? Implant installation is not possible. Add implant to the reserve.
I've never seen a machine like that.
Impressive. Implant installation not possible. Add implant to the reserve.
A slot for what would appear to be a small card.
But look at the card. But look at this. It's at his hand. Remember I see the blinking thing? Maybe this. So I see.
A slot for what would appear to be a small card.
They placed the card in their hand, likely to prevent it from being removed. What's this? Various implant states. Blinking light, the implant is malfunctioning or not powered correctly. Steady light, the implant is communicating with another device or has just been updated. No light, the implant is working correctly. Interesting. This one opens too, but nothing's in this one. Operation Swansong Security Clearance Implants. The SAD Security Clearance Implant System is designed to make access to the base on Long Island more secure and more organized. Sorry. Upon arrival, each member of the organization receives a subcutaneous implant on their right hand. See ceiling on implant. This implant has a unique identification number and a security clearance level that corresponds to your rank. The level can be updated if the organization chart changes. See updating an implant. The implant contains personal data about the user, first and last name, date of arrival. They also allow us to monitor vital functions and real-time location using GPS tracking system. If the implant blanks, this means it's not working. Please contact the technical department to resolve the issue as soon as possible. Installing implant. Place your forearm in the designated slot. Do not move while the implant is inserted. Wait a few seconds until the implant stops blinking. When the implant stops blinking, it is operational. Once the implant is inserted under the skin, it will be powered by electrical energy contained in the human body. If your implant flashes rapidly, please contact a technician. Well, they're undead, so I'm guessing that won't work on them. Updating an implant. Place the implant to be updated on the stand on the right. Place the implant with the clearance level to be duplicated on the stand on the left. Wait a few seconds. When both implants blink the same color, the update is complete. You notice that this one is orange. No, I'm sorry, not this one. The first guy I saw was this one. This guy was green. This one is blue. So clearly, this guy had a higher clearance level. This one also has a blue. So, and this guy, who knows? Oh, this guy also has a blue too. Huh. What's this? Special Affairs Division. Agents killed in action. Blue Squadron. Jim Felton. Walter George. Axel Stevens. Bradley Phelps. Frank Vicenzo. Vicenzo. Interesting. I'm guessing you need to insert that in you.
That's not very discreet.
Huh. This guy got fucked up real bad. Oh, nice brains. And what looks to be a fucking human bone. Is there any way to leave here?
Clearance implant required.
Digital security. Clever.
So now we have to do something with this. I wonder.
That's not very discreet. This is what happens to mortals who step out of line.
Wait a minute, that one's in there. Why?
An implant. They must have taken that from a corpse.
Oh boy.
This implant could be useful.
Blue implant. A biometric subcutaneous implant that glows blue when used. It appears to be part of the security protocol at the base. Okay.
It's a perfect fit.
Ready to install implant.
Let's see how it works. There. I've got an implant. But it's blinking.
Sorry, you need to fix it with something.
That's not very discreet. That's not very discreet.
There must be another one somewhere else. Oh, what's this? A tooth, huh? That's not cool. Alright, so there has to be another one I can use to update this. So I need to do something with this somehow. He's an undead, like I said, so most likely that's not going to be possible, but... Shit. There must be something I'm missing here.
That's not very discreet.
Okay, thank you for that.
Clearance implant required.
That doesn't work on corpses. I can fix that. They don't know everything about us yet.
The pulse of life. That's, you know what's kind of funny though? I hate to bring this up now because it's kind of perverted, but I was watching this video, right? It's a porn video, obviously, someone made. It was actually fucking awesome, believe it or not. The whole concept of it was really cool. Anyway, the whole point was, you're in this area. Obviously, the person who was with, wow, what the fuck was her name? Ada Wong. You know who you are. It was always in first person, at least with the person that she was talking to. So you're walking down this place, and there was all sorts of these containers. Some of them were, some reference something called the D virus, which I'll explain in a few seconds, but you kind of get the idea, at least basically of it. Anyway, a few lickers showed up. You killed one on the beginning portion of the video. The other liquor looked like it was attacking Ada. You shot the liquor, but I think you also shot the container next to her, and it spewed out some purplish gas or whatever. She ended up breathing it, obviously. Right, so anyway, she's feeling under the weather. You try, and you eventually bring her to another room, I think, a safe room. It looked like it was actually in the type of safe room you find in Resident Evil 2, I believe, where you were trying to get the G virus. If you guys don't know what that is, I'm sure you've played the game already. If you haven't, I did a playthrough with Claire on that, and still need to do a fucking Leon playthrough. I haven't done that yet. But anyway, throughout the course of the whole section is the safe room. You give her some healing items, I guess. She ingests with the green one, I'm thinking, or purple, or the blue one. It was one of the ones for poison, right? So you think she needs a little rest, so you go out of the safe room. You come back, the scene changes, the door is partly open, and stuff is all over the fucking place. And then she rushes back in, she closes the door, and it's like, I think we need to stay in here for a while. Eventually, I'm not going to tell you what actually happens in full detail, but let's just say the virus that she inhaled was making her extremely horny. Let's just put it that way. So, after the whole 9 minutes, 10 minutes of raunchy action, believe me, it is fucking good. Towards the end of it, towards in between, she was actually looking more undead, like a zombie, throughout the whole raunchy action. But at the end of it, when she leaves the room, saying, I don't know if it kind of made it seem like she was trying to kill the other guy who she was doing it with, but not really. I don't know. But what happened was throughout that time, it kind of, the whole virus thing kind of increased her bust size by a few levels and a few other things. So she came out and then she harnessed the power of that virus, and she reverted herself back to how she looked before the virus kicked in, meaning the pulse of life, kind of like he did, where he was living again. You know what I mean? Where he didn't have pale skin, he didn't have all that stuff. She looked like he was, like, his skin was colorful and was live and things were fucking moving again. Yeah, that's kind of what she did. And she's like, it's time to see an old friend. And that's why it cuts off. It was a fucking good fucking video. It was like 12 minutes long, I think. I gotta be honest, I downloaded a lot of raunchy action videos in my time. That and Demonic Mirror, I believe it was called. It had something to do with Ninja Gaiden characters and demons, obviously. Those two videos in particular is one of my favorites so far. But that one was really cool, and I hope they do another. I hope the person who did that one does another video. But who knows? It probably took a good ass fucking time just doing that one. So we'll see how that goes. But the whole point I was trying to make was that's kind of how that thing worked, where the pulse of life kicked in. He was more like alive and undead. Interesting. I wonder if he can revert his fucking. You notice it's not actually pulsating because it stopped blinking. True love. This is a hospital wing. Huh. Get your polio vaccine shots? Oh, no thank you on that. Huh. What's this?
In 1870, Long Island was a hospital for chronically ill patients. What did they use it for now? In 1870, Long Island was a hospital for chronically ill patients. What did they use it for now?
Like I said before, I've always had a thing about vampires, but I also like the concept of what Wesker was doing with his virus that we saw in Resident Evil 1, where he got injected, but he was still able to keep, well, I say partially sanity, but that wasn't what actually happened. He kind of got insane with his obsession over Chris. I don't see anyone here, though. What's the point? It looks like... Oh, I see.
Closed. These hallways. They converted a hospital.
To something else. A hospital is no longer being used. Interesting. So these two you can't use.
The destruction of the Long Island Bridge didn't discourage everyone.
What does it say? Sucks? Does it say anything about this too? No.
A closet. Disappointing. They don't appear to use this area. Vaccination campaign from 1988. There must have been more traffic here back then.
Ask your family doctor at your welfare center now. Welfare center now. What's this?
They haven't been used for years.
Foss.
How strange. This looks like an implant scanner.
Higher clearance required.
Restricted access. Interesting.
Upgraded clearance. Fine, well, yeah, okay, so I'm guessing it might have something to do with that room over there.
Hey! Who are you? You shouldn't be on this floor. Identify yourself immediately, or I'm calling security.
It's entirely normal for me to be here. You have nothing to worry about.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm a little stressed out. Usually the men in suits stay downstairs. But you seem different. In a good way. Not like those Vatican guys, but I shouldn't say anything.
You seem nervous. Is everything all right?
Not really. Ever since those nut jobs took over, they've been acting like they run the place. Without a red implant, you can't do anything around here anymore. And I don't think your colleagues appreciate being kept in the dark. Before they came here and changed everything, it was actually pretty simple.
What do you mean?
Now there are tons more clearance levels. They're really proud of that downstairs. But the truth is, there are tons of errors all the time, and everyone has to update their implants constantly.
Is that why mine doesn't work on the closet?
Is that the first time it's happened to you? Unbelievable!
What do I need to do?
Just like everyone else, we're following procedure.
My question isn't about the protocol, but what you can do to help a colleague in need.
Yeah, I get it. I've got a bunch of green implants in the safe in my office. The code is 423. You can take one, but you have to remember to bring it back.
Can you remind me how it works?
Go to any implant machine. It's really easy. There are instructions if you need them.
Thank you.
Of course.
Wow. The room is over here, is it? She wasn't in here before. Is it 423?
Where did I put that?
Here are the implants. Here are the green implants.
There's no longer red implants.
No red implants.
Of course.
They're reserved for the Society of St. Leopold.
Well, I'm not surprised on that.
Blue implants. I have one already.
If I recall correctly, that thing said to put it next to. Place the implant to be updated on the stand on the right. Place the implant with the clearance level to be duplicated on the left. Wait a few seconds when both implant blinks the same color. The update is complete. With the stands. What's this? What the fuck? Nothing's in here. Stands. Okay.
Here we go. New clearance.
Well, that's interesting. Well, ain't she a ray of sunshine?
Good. Let's see where this takes me.
What, this was an elevator?
This base is bigger than I thought. It's not going to be that easy to find Stanford.
Not to mention the fact, there's guys with guns everywhere. I'm assuming this game doesn't allow fucking fighting, so you're never gonna find them like this.
Don't move!
Easy there, soldier. I've got to...
On your knees! Hands behind your head!
Ooh.
Lower your weapon and let me through.
On your knees, I said! Now!
He resisted. How? If you think I'm going to ruin my suit on this disgusting floor, you're mistaken. I have an implant. Let me identify myself.
This is your last warning! Step back! I'm calling the sergeant!
Last chance.
Shit. Increase the success rate by 50% in the next skilled defense tie.
Soldier, each minute we waste here is a minute our enemies have won. Do the right thing. Lives are at stake.
Shit. Scan your implant.
Are we all right?
Yeah. Next time, let me know.
That was close. I'll have to be careful.
Wow. This is not good.
It's much larger than I thought.
Oh boy. Holy shit. This sucks.
Unbelievable. Fucking implants. Yeah, it's me again. I can't get into anything. I'm telling you, the database is locked. If I keep it up, I'll block the entire system. Sorry, I don't see what else I can do to help you. I'd ask Stanford himself, but he's not on this floor. The archives? You think so? Maybe. I'll take a look. Well, if I could open the door.
Interesting. On the road, our friend from Society Liverpool, we have to update the maps at different levels. We are pleased to welcome Kyara Favarone, who's in charge of the clinic. Clinic, that must be her from above. Joseph Maneth is at the helm of the Treasury Department. Ellie Gallagher will be in charge of the Pyre. Please see to them to get acquainted with the leaders of each section. Each section leader has been given red level clearance that is superior. Please don't know what's respect. Captain Lyons. What is this, from fucking Fallout 3? Those Elder Lions. Fuck it.
Oh. Is that it?
You know, moron.
This appears to be from the last century.
Of course, all these fucking things appear from the last century.
Once I fixed it, I am off to bed.
Yeah, I don't know about all that. Interesting.
An implant database. If it were unlocked, I could locate Stanford, but I would need a red implant to do that. One from the Society of St. Leopold. What do these symbols mean?
GPS location. I'm guessing those implants it's a type of red implant. GPS location. Okay.
All that for nothing.
Society of Leopold clearances levels are those. The government agent clearance levels are triangle and circle, which is blue and green. So they have red clearance colors, but they don't have. Actually, the middle symbol kind of reminds me of God of War. For good reason. But the other two, one looks like a hazard symbol. I don't know, the biohazard. I don't know what to deal with.
Oh, what? Please, the door won't open. I thought your test was over.
Yeah, but you have to put everything back the way it was. Otherwise the security blocks everything. I'll take care of it, but I have to finish this first.
Very practical.
That's why we do our tests in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
If you're in a hurry, you can take a look.
I'll wait. Are you waiting to go to the labs too?
System standard LVA alternative current successfully completed. I don't know what any of these are. Okay. To test the resistance of electrical insulation, the equipment connected to it by overloading its voltage.
That should work.
Connect the testing and activate all the fuses. Wait for 5 minutes. Something will warn you to beep. Check the testing device for result. Deactivate fuses until you reach. Make sure your system is working as usual. Alright, so deactivate fuses until you reach standard voltage. What is standard voltage?
I don't understand.
Very low voltage. Alternative current 35 volts. Direct 110. Low voltage. 220 voltage, 430 voltage. Low voltage B. 720 voltage is alternate current. Direct current is 1250. And high voltage is, well, okay. So I'm guessing what they want me to do is lower the amount of voltage of your installation.
That should work.
254 power surge.
All that for nothing.
Test 254 6. So I have to lower it so it hits 254, right? Is that what it's saying? Okay, I can do that. Let's see.
That changed the number that's displayed.
Okay. No. Wait. 254. So I can't do that, obviously. No. 250. $385. 254 I still need. 254. $260. 245.
I'm getting tired. Ugh.
That's 80 volts. 215. 245.
All that for nothing.
Shut up, you dumbass. Alright, so what if I turn all of them off and work from this way so I know what one each one does? Let's see. That one does 5. This one does 75. 15. 120. 95. 200. 50. 25. That's 25. 95. 170. Keep doing this by mistake, I don't mean that. 290. 245. 260.
I don't understand.
I get the idea behind this. I just need to find the right.
All that for nothing.
That's 25. 245. 250.
Oh. Is that it?
$295. 200. 15.
That should work.
240. 290. 65. 200.
I'm getting tired. Ugh.
225. 250. 340.
All that for nothing. I'm getting tired.
Detectors are used until you reach the standard voltage for your installation. LV. That's LVA is saying right here. Low voltage, 220. Well, could this work maybe? Because I can't get to 254 and 2. Let me try this.
All that for
No, nothing.
Oh, okay, so that's not gonna work. LVA alternative currents.
I'm getting tired.
220. This should have worked then.
I don't understand.
Here we go. Finally. I hope I find something in your lives. But I doubt I will.
You know, you can thank me later.
It looks like a converted military base. Left over from the Cold War, most likely.
Yeah, that might make sense. What's this one? Another upgrade. So that means they might be able to find a military grade pendant here soon enough. Vatican, the Boston Tourist Department, Justina Font, Chalice, 1487. Interesting.
When you're done with that, get started on cleaning the last tank.
Very well.
What's this?
This kindred, starving. How long did they keep him here? So much hostility. This kindred must have suffered.
To all sides, squad leaders, the new audio headset system has been ready for some time, but you'll be able to test it in the field soon. I know it won't be your top priority, but I need as much feedback as possible on the situations you encounter. In my opinion, since the surrounding voices should be enough to counteract the blank body's mental manipulation. The blank bodies must be talking about the vampires. I'm looking forward to getting results. So that's what they're doing. Shoot. My hunger is now almost maxed out.
Hurry up, Henry. What part of I need those results wasn't clear? A child would understand. Why can't you?
Oh.
That's a lot of blood. What are they doing here?
My guess is they're testing vampires. We need to tell the side guys to be a little more careful when they collect blank bodies for us. Some of the recent specimens were badly preserved and almost unusable. The limbs must be immersed in the balm immediately, not 5 minutes later. That's too late. And the containers must remain sealed throughout the journey, otherwise it's a huge waste. Interesting.
All right, that's better.
Certificate of voluntary participant in an experiment of the Society of St. Leopold. I, Mark Bain, hereby waive my rights as an American citizen. I authorize the Society of St. Leopold in person of Dr. Favarone to conduct such experiments as it is deemed necessary to further the high purpose we hold in common, namely the eradication of the threat of creatures of darkness that are infiltrating our society. I waive any right of withdrawal and realize that these experiments may present a risk to my physical, moral, or spiritual well-being. What? Fucking nut jobs. Why would you be doing all this is what I want to know. Interesting. Huh. Notes on Experiment 73. This is the third in Society's Creatures Recovery. After complete sectioning, the lesions of the cartilage. I can't even speak today because I'm fucking cartilage. I want to say it because I can, but it's just not coming out. Cartilaginous body. Okay, there. Body appears to be completely reabsorbed. The regrowth does not appear to have been painful and does not seem to require any specific effort. However, the creature's behavior has become more aggressive. The process must draw upon its reserves of energy. I also observe a strange phenomenon during the creature's recovery. It appears to be a flow of blood that's moved towards the wound. But analysis demonstrated there was actually not blood. We must expedite our research into this phenomenon. This will be the focus of the team. In 905, experiments on 118. Patient Mark Bain is beginning to show signs of dementia. Henry and Lloyd wants us to stop. That's out of the question. We won't get any answers if we do things halfway. After all, the patients are volunteers and we are aware of the risk. I demand the experiment be carried out to completion at no cost. I wonder, are they creating... Are they trying to create vampires to study? 117. Patient Georgia Strong has died. A shortage of volunteers is expected. I will speak to Monsieur Stanford about it as soon as possible. Enough time has been wasted already. Okay. Wow, this is pretty fucked. I got your email. Look at the lucky patient's number. Signed, Henry. Huh.
If Favarone thinks I work better under pressure...
It would appear they are attempting to use our regenerative abilities on humans. They'll never be able to do it.
It's nice though.
Notes on cell renewal.
Well, that does make sense. Honestly, it makes more sense than what I was thinking.
Alright. Concentrate.
I observed unexpected cellular regeneration on severed limb. Obviously, it didn't last, but I can consider this man to be my lucky patient. He must be kept under observation. I don't want to miss anything. 1492.
Under pressure. All right. Concentrate.
What the hell? Is that a dog?
He doesn't look too good.
Uh-huh. I'm guessing...
Higher clearance required.
Wrong implant?
Huh.
If Favarone thinks I work better under pressure...
Tell me you weren't there for Favarone's meltdown.
I only caught the end.
great. She yells at me in front of everyone now.
It's her way of motivating the troops.
There are less painful techniques.
I'd be a lot faster if I didn't have to double as her personal assistant. I'm in the middle of a promising procedure, but I keep getting interrupted.
No matter. I'd better stop complaining.
Yes! I got lucky.
You know, your problems won't solve themselves. Things can improve, but you have to talk about it.
Favarone is a natural at giving orders, that's for sure. A bit too comfortable. We're not getting anywhere. Things were easier before.
And she's not just anyone in the Society of St. Leopold.
Henry, if you don't want to be the next body under my scalpel, I need those lab results by tomorrow.
I'll be going now.
Back to work.
Damn. A card, huh? Alright, so I've been in here. Didn't really see much other than the lab result about regenerative abilities. What's over here? Oh.
A red implant. Maybe the one that I need.
The epidermis is already breaking down. I've been working on this for way too long.
That's Favarone, right? Interesting.
Higher clearance required.
No, that doesn't work.
Interesting.
Decontamination is not possible. Bacteriological suit required.
Obviously.
Which I need a higher clearance for, it looks like.
The latest results aren't good.
Can't you see that I'm working? If Dr. Favarone sees me talking to you, the shit's going to hit the fan.
Well, that didn't really help.
Move along.
Damn it, I thought I... Does this area, then is that area? That area... I can't go in, right? Oh no, it's this area. Guessing I can go in here. Huh.
What? What do you want? My time is precious, and I've got a boss breathing down my neck. So if you have no business here, either leave or I'll call your friends to drag you out of here.
Shut up and listen to me. I'm not here to play games. Nobody has time to waste here. Neither you nor I.
Excuse me. I'm really under pressure right now.
The problem with the tanks?
You know about that? Yeah, that and everything else. There aren't enough of us to keep it all running and keep up the pace. Well, I'll be getting back to work now.
Your shoulder. Are you hurt?
What? Oh, that. No. It's blood, but it's not mine. When you spend your days dissolving bodies, you're bound to get splashed.
I'll be on my way now.
Electrical panel in the control room. The cable that allows the safety elect to be closed. The severe needs to be replaced. EG. Interesting. Following the route with our friends from St. Paul, we'll update our maps and levels. Already read that. That was from a different area.
A removable valve. This isn't for a large pipe.
Might be useful. Shooting
She
range.
has a red implant. That could help me find Stanford.
Rather effective.
Incendiary grenade bullets. Course. Discarded prototypes. Pyram flamethrower. Too expensive for minimal gain. Ignis grenade presents too grave a danger to be a thrower. Vesper 9mm bullet. Critical overheating problem. VH stake thrower. Recurrent accuracy problem. The EG-14 grenade. Insufficient dispersion, and Fulgur electrical pulse gun, insufficient power. Interesting. That's the type of weaponry they've been trying. Ah. What's this? Okay, someone must have fucked up the fuses. These two must be connected somehow. Education.
It appears as if acid has eaten through this cable. That needs to go right to the control panel.
Looks like these two need to be conjoined.
It's almost as if it had been gnawed. The wires need to be spliced, but with your bare hands, that will hurt.
Of course, I don't have the power to repair this right now.
Higher clearance required.
Wrong implant? Access to the pyrolysis controls is locked. I'm going to need a key. Nothing. It appears the power is out.
To prevent any blank bodies from escaping from the test area contained, certain safety measures must be followed. The door automatically closes at the beginning of each experiment and remains sealed until the operator inside the area scans his implant or pyrolysis is initiated. Pyrolysis is an intense cleaning process. It burns everything inside the room except for the contents of the protection cell. The process can be initiated from this panel. Make sure there are no humans in the test area. Oh. I'm guessing we're going to be killing her to get the implant? That's going to suck. I would prefer not to do that. So those are the fucking vampires. Or they're calling them blank bodies. I'm not particularly a fan of how they're calling vampires. It seems like it seems fucked up to me. What's this? Oh. I see. This one doesn't have this.
There's a space for a valve there. It's a perfect fit.
Decontamination complete.
Finally, the cleanup's going to start. We don't have all night.
Yeah, I should have bitched.
Decontamination complete.
Chlorine solution. Chlorine solution.
Chlorine decontaminates? I guess that makes sense.
Decontamination complete.
None too soon. Tank number 1 has been cleaned. Rahim, can you please set up the next test for me when you have time?
I'll take care of it as soon as I'm done with this.
I'll open the door for you.
Yeah, you're lucky that I'm fucking... Oh. A safe zone. Well, that's nice. A key card. That looks interesting. I'm guessing that goes in here. Fortunately. I'm split on this idea. A part of me doesn't want to do it because it's inhumane, but the other part of me is saying I need to progress the game. Let's explore more though. There's gotta be more stuff to do around here than just this. There was this area too that I didn't go to. Ah. Treasure department.
There's a red implant. It might be the one I'm looking for. There must be a way to get him out of here. Florins that belong to former hunters. What do they hope to get out of them?
Hello, Mama. Might be a mannequin. A second safe room. That's more like it. In line of achievements.
Newspapers sure have changed.
A new face, suddenly overcome by a need for reading material?
I just joined the department.
We've got a few too many newbies around here, if you ask me. At least you're not from the Vatican.
The Society of St. Leopold. Do you see them often?
Every once in a while. Most of my focus is on the fabulous activity we call sorting. Care to try?
No thanks.
I figured. Well, I've got a lot of work.
I'll be going now.
If you're not coming to help me, don't bother me.
Another coin. Oh, this looks familiar.
All that for nothing.
Does this remind you of Resident Evil 2? Because it does to me. These fucking right here. Remember when we had to fucking move those shelves to avoid Mr. X Tyrant from coming after us? Oh man, that shit was fucking crazy. Oh man.
I need some coffee.
Dry biscuits. I don't know. What's this with this?
I'm getting tired. Oh.
Higher clearance required.
Doesn't seem to work.
Bitch. Huh. Apogee of the Blood God, yes. Vampires and Faith. The fire that cannot be put out. It's called Faith. Wait, what? Born of Sin, which is every fucking person in fucking universe. I digress. In the light of day, guide to burning a nest. Purification with silver and other noble metals. Our enemies, vampires, wolves, and demons. Yeah, okay. Rejecting the demon. Denying one faith. Oh, good. On the faith of heretical monsters. Burned by the sun. They feed on blood and hope. Pamphlet. Tales of demons from afar. What the true faith can teach us. Prayer against vampires. Oh boy. Their body, their prison, and eternity in hell. Regenerating the flesh. Men without faith. Western faith, our last rampart. Princes and dark kings. Ghosts without honor. Can they keep the faith? Butchers and the criminals of ancient times. A study on the demonic essence, decree on the soul and the flesh. What the fuck is wrong with these idiots? Enter a code. Shit. I don't know anything like that. I want to get this guy's shit. Sunlight and vampires. These are the most common topics. Oh, lycanthropy, of course. Hans von Rosenberg. Oh. Power of our faith. Several publications zoning surprising observation. Burns on the body, panic attack, obstructed diabolical powers, all inflict on these creatures. Vampires presume to be disturbed by the presence of some of our kind, endowed with great powers that may be linked to their faith in the divine. Unfortunately, many of these accounts are veritable falsehoods, unfounded conjectures, and other notorious errors. This is why the discerning reader would turn to the work of Dr. Seamus Sloan. Oh, Seamus, yes. Like, that was it? think so, yeah. Damn. I ran that. Man, it's getting too late now. Sure, attractive. So everything but Boston seems to be destroyed. Interesting. Well, I may have to call it short for today on this part.
Orgus is gonna kill me if I don't finish.
I'll have a bigger problem than that when I'm done with you. Did I already read this? I don't remember. If any of you guys can pause and look at it. Classical periods. An insatiable monster hunter just shortly after the meeting. That must have something to do with that. Shoot.
Figures. I can't find what I'm looking for.
You and me both, my friend. Okay, that's not what I meant to do at all. I didn't mean to take it, but whatever. Let's keep looking around here.
Excuse me,
It's pointless. He won't answer.
Excuse me?
You'll have a hard time getting Father Joseph's attention. In the meantime, please don't make too much noise.
Faith. He's trying to restore this book, I'm guessing.
Sorry to bother you.
It's not a problem, but I need to warn you that we love our silence.
I see that we have collected a lot of things.
Yes, and it can be complicated to find your way around. What are you working on?
Interrogation methods?
Sunlight.
Burns them. End of story.
It's a little more complicated than that.
Yes, I imagine. Is it to improve the SAD's UV lights?
Yes. The person in charge here, if I needed to talk to him, how would I go about doing it?
It's not easy. In general, Father Joseph doesn't leave the conservation area until he has finished his work. If he's restoring something, it can take a long time. He locks himself in with everything he needs, food and drink, and we don't see him again until he's done.
What happens if there's an emergency?
Look around you and ask yourself, what kind of emergency could there ever be in a museum or library?
So he doesn't come out.
That doesn't mean he can't be reached. He approves every request to borrow a book from the conservation area through a computer system.
So, if I request a book, he'll come and hand deliver it to me?
No, it's automatic. He'll just approve the request. His work is very important. We do everything we can not to interrupt him. I'd rather you not disturb him.
You have to admit it's unusual. I've rarely seen such extreme measures taken for a library. It's like being in a bank.
It's worse than a bank. It's a museum.
I'm intrigued.
All these works are rare and precious. If anything were to happen to them, it would be a devastating loss, especially for Father Joseph. He spends a lot of time maintaining them. He really cares about them.
I can't find the history of the Society of St. Leopold in the library.
Someone must have checked it out.
Thanks.
I'm sorry, I'm not in charge of book loans. I'm just here to do my research.
Very well. I'll be going now. This emblem has been severely burned.
Okay, as opposed to anything else that puts our lives at risk. Fucking retards. Abbott. This is Abbott sends counselor territory novice. Oh. Wait a minute. Novice, Abbott. Counselor, territory. Sensory? No. Interesting. Divine Wrath.
The cover of a very old book.
Newspapers sure have changed.
Did you need anything else?
I can't find the history of the Society of St. Leopold in the library.
A book by Albert Lee, right? I think I know who might have borrowed it.
Who?
What's it to you?
I see. I'll find some other way. I'd like to talk to the person in charge of the library.
He's a busy man, and his time is precious. What do you want to see him for?
Nothing important.
Then good luck getting him out of his cave.
I'll be going now.
Well, I think I'm gonna cut it short today, like right here, unfortunately, because I have to go to sleep, get some rest. I have to go to work in like 6 hours, so hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'll catch you guys later for more of Caleb's stuff. Maybe I'll eat someone and keep him alive, obviously, when I start the next video, so maybe, we'll see. Anyway guys, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you later.